The deal has been struck. The deed is done, as if on cue, the spirit of the legendary Lucian the Chance appears to me. Our conversation was enlightening, to say the least. In life, this man was to be admired and respected for his devotion to Sithis, and yet he honors me as the listener. It would seem that my arrangement with Nocturnal has attracted his attention. The Daedra are powerful actors in this deadly play. I will take away their toys and kill their followers. I will attempt to keep their influence in check so that they cannot unduly influence the outcome of the monumental events taking place in Skyrim. The fate of all Tamriel depends on the outcome of the battles to come, and I will not have the Daedra mucking around in it. There's no doubt that my actions will cause consternation among the Daedra, and they will seek to recover their items of power and kill me in the process. I have accepted this outcome. However, through guile and secrecy, I hope to confiscate many of these artifacts before they are aware of the plot. The Daedra are vain, and I believe it will be their vanity that will keep them from joining forces against me. As long as this is true, I can bargain with some, hide from others, and set them against one another. Lucian has told me of a place near Riverwood where I may hide these objects of power. A secret vault deep underground and imbued with powerful spells that will mask the magical aura that emanates from these items, making them impossible to detect. I will seek out this place and make it my own. Hail Sithis.
Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Aranis Arcana, Skyrim Let's Live. So welcome back, dear viewers. In the last episode, if you remember, we accepted the contract of Nocturnal in Nightingale Hall, and we are now officially considered a Nightingale, and we are obligated to protect a location called the Twilight Sepulchre during life and after death, according to the terms of that contract. However, we also have an arrangement with Sithis that may allow us to circumvent that contract. Makes our souls slippery, so to speak. We've got a little giant action. You can see the giant from the bridge, so I decided to come down here and deal with it. There, he's down. 2 arrows, not bad. So that's where we left off. So the question is, what is Fleet going to do next? Well, the next thing on his agenda is to head back toward the Eagle's Nest. If you remember, the other members of our group are on separate missions. So at this point, Fleet is on his own.
She's merely doing as she's been told.
What's going on here?
Our tribe suffers, and we need help. Our chief Yamars was once a strong and proud warrior. Now he is stricken, cursed. He is weak, and so our tribe is weak. The giants sense this, and intrude on our territory. Now they assault our very home. Yamars refuses help, but I sense that you may be just what we need.
What can I do?
Yamars has demanded we stay inside the walls. We cannot leave. I must petition Malakath for relief. This curse must be lifted. But I cannot travel to Malakath's shrine. The ritual must be done here, and I do not have the materials I need. I beg of you, can you bring me troll fat and a Daedra heart? I have no wish to depend on a stranger, but I have no choice. Please hurry. We are counting on you.
Malakath is involved here. Malakath is a Daedric prince as well, although his lineage is very, very different than most Daedric princes. Okay, so let's clarify. What are we doing here? Well, Fleet has a letter burning a hole in his pocket. A letter that was found in Ustengrav when he went to pursue the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. A letter indicating that that horn is sort of being held for ransom in exchange for personal communications with him at the Sleeping Giant. So Fleet, being on his own at this point, waiting for communication back from his followers, is going to take this pause in the action to head back to Riverwood and try to sort out this situation with the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. So we are on our way west. Oop, there's a bear. He's going after that poor fox. Let's take him out. We're heading back west. A deadly shot to the haunch. I'll take it. And we're going to see if we can resolve this situation with the horn. Obviously, we cannot continue the Dragonborn, sort of the Dragon quest line, if you will, without that horn. The horn is a requirement in order for us to complete our training with the Greybeards, and we have somebody that is basically holding that horn for ransom at the moment. So we're going to recover that. Some wolves. Here we go. There's one. Your turn. All right. So this is actually really a cool thing about convenient horses. It's like the smallest thing in the world, but I find it very cool. In the last episode, I rode straight through here. I bypassed every wolf, I bypassed every bear, and all the other nasty varmints that are along this road. I have decided on the return trip, since I have time, this would be a great opportunity for me to clear the road and acquire some pelts and other miscellaneous loot on the way. So I am electing to walk a good portion of this route. The nice thing about convenient horses is that I have instructed Shadowmere to follow me, but as long as I'm in stealth mode, he will hang back. So this allows me to advance down the trail, taking out opponents from stealth. And then when I'm ready for the horse to catch back up, I simply stand up, come out of stealth, and he catches up. And then I can go back into stealth mode and continue forward. And I can sort of do this in little bits, knowing that my horse is following me all the way. Now I know there's a bear up in here somewhere, because I've encountered him here before, and also because I heard him, but I'm not seeing him. Even with Aura Whisper, I didn't see him, so he may be out of range. Where are you? Let's do a 360. Where are you? There he is. There he is. From here, he looks almost like a rock. Yeah, he's way out there. Let's wake him up. Okay, we got his attention, but I don't think I can hit him from here. Not doing great here. So let's talk a little bit about this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to tell you early on in this episode that we're about 12 or 13 minutes in. Here we go. This is going to be a long one. This will be my longest episode to date, in the end, we will be clocking in at about an hour and 40 minutes. I wanted to tell you that now because I wanted to encourage you to watch the entire thing. Now, you can watch it in parts, obviously. That is totally cool. But I want to encourage you to watch the whole thing because this episode is going to be what I would call action-packed action. Lots of fighting, lots of stuff going on, and an immense amount of work with the bow. We'll also be introducing a new mod, a quest mod, which should be interesting to those of you who are into modding or those of you who are just into story. I have selected a quest mod that I'll be showcasing as part of this episode that fits very neatly into my storyline. So, just a little teaser. I'm not going to tell you anything specific about it at this point, but we may talk about it in a bit more detail as we get closer to the objectives for this new mod. So, just a little heads up. This is going to be lots of combat in this episode, very combat heavy. It should be tons of fun. It is a very long one because I couldn't find a good place to break the action. Once I actually get into combat, I wanted to do all the combat in one continuous take, so you can kind of see the end-to-end fight with no breaks. So that's kind of what I did, and I'm calling the end of this episode after that encounter is through. So it clocked in to be a pretty long one, but that's okay. People seem to be liking the longer episodes. And I wanted to thank you all for your kind comments on the last episode. There are a few interesting things that I wanted to address that came up in the comment thread from Chapter 11, Part 2. One thing that has been coming up recently is lots of questions about the music I'm using. Obviously, I have a network partnership, and the reason that I selected the network partner that I did was not because I'm looking to make bunches of money off this. That is really not my objective at all. My objective is to get the story that is in my head out where it can do other people some good. So what I was looking for really was a YouTube partner that would give me access to resources. And N4G TV has given me that. I had several partnership offers, but N4G TV is the one I selected because they gave me bottomless access to music and sound effects. So I've been using those liberally. You'll notice that I've turned off all the default music in Skyrim so that I can substitute my own whenever I feel like it, whenever it makes sense. It gives me a lot more control, and there's nothing that really sets the atmosphere quite like music. There's a bear. Now he sees us, so this isn't going to be an easy kill. We're going to have to... Oh, here he comes. We succeeded in making him angry. Oh, he's going to hide. He's kind of smart. Alright. I don't think I can hit him even through the bushes there. We're going to try to get a better vantage point. Let's see. Now, as usual, what I'm doing at this point is I'm positioning myself on a rock face. If he does decide to pursue me up the rocks here, I can simply drop back and put distance between myself and him. But he's not. He's kind of camping out here. I think we're going to have to hunt him down. So with regard to the music, folks have been asking me what is the track that I am using for my new Act 3 intro. The track is called Epic Voyage. It is royalty-free music. You actually have to pay a small fee for it, of course, but it's royalty-free. And the composer is a guy named Gary Biceo, and he has actually done quite a bit of music primarily for video games. Most of the video games, to his credit, are sports video games like FIFA and so forth. But he's got quite a few tracks out in the archive that I peruse. And generally what I do is, before Act 3, I did a lot of research. I listened to a lot of music. I looked specifically at composers who had a particular style that I liked. And so when I introduce music into my videos, I like to introduce music that feels like it fits together. So I look for composers that have a style that that fits what I'm looking for, and as much as possible try to stick with those 2 or 3 composers so that there's some continuity in the music that I'm putting in. The other track that people have been asking about is the track that plays when I do my travel music. That track is called Dreamy Guitar and Violin, and that is composed and performed by Ferrante Music. Ferrante Music, they're based in Los Angeles. It's just one guy who's a great guitar player, and he records a lot of stuff. He does have, to his credit, I believe some tracks that he's contributed to television shows. That seems to be his deal, but he's got quite a bit out on there. The other resource that I would recommend you check out if you're just looking to listen to some good music is get involved in SoundCloud. Go out to SoundCloud, look around there. There's lots of independent composers and musicians who are out there putting their stuff out. Some of them will actually allow you to use their music if you're producing something, as long as you give them credit. Again, all of my music is coming off of a royalty-free music archive that has been provided to me by my network partnership. So I hope that helps you. I strongly encourage you to check out SoundCloud. They also have a great app for iPhone. I'm assuming there's probably one. There's probably one for Android as well. You might want to check that out just to see. But you can listen to a lot of good stuff there. And, as I introduce new tracks, if I get requests, I will let you know what these things are. I'm generally going to try to do it in the video so everybody can benefit from the information. Okay, we got some people on the trail up ahead here. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on, who these people are. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's these Alakir warriors. Oh, there's a spider across the river, however. Let's take a look. Yeah, he's way out there. Oh, I think they've spotted the spider now, too. Yeah, he's kind of up out of my range at this point. Oh, the warriors are going to go after him. That's okay. We'll let them deal with it. That'll give that woman they're hassling a break. And it'll keep them distracted. So we can pass by without question. There, we took them out. Very nice. Another one. There was a bear and a spider. We ended up taking them both out from over here. I don't know where the warriors went. I think they're pursuing some other thing over there now. Something over the hill, probably. Very good. And here's our horse. So basically, we just picked our way on foot, alternating between stealth and walking. Every time we slip out of stealth, the horse catches up, and we just advance methodically down the trail in that way, making sure that we've got our horse with us, but he's always hanging back enough that he's not messing up our stealth. That worked out pretty well. Now we're going to make the ride to Riverwood by way of Ivarstead, as usual. Now, anything else along the trail here, I'm going to kind of blow by. I'm not... Whoa, there. Do I tangle with him? Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a one-handed increase. I'll take it. Ooh. I should have swung on the other side. These bears are so fast that sometimes I can't get enough distance to charge. So I got to charge this way, do a quick flip around, and hopefully there's enough breathing room that I can... No, it's too quick. It's too quick. Even on Shadowmere, he's catching up with me so fast. So the other option here, the other technique that we can use, is we can take the horse and we can turn tight circles around him. As we turn tight circles around him, we can be swinging at him the entire time, doing damage. The problem is, with a saber cat or a bear, turning those tight circles puts us in danger. So we've got some Stormcloaks here who can do the dirty work for us. Now, we've already gotten a couple licks on this bear, so if these guys take out the bear, we should get prompted to take the bear's inventory because we contributed to the fight. So we'll see what happens here. Now, I saw the Stormcloaks on the trail, so I figured, you know, if I just lead the bear toward them, eventually they would engage. So we'll just let that battle happen. Now, we didn't get prompted for any of his inventory, so I don't know if that's because we rode away or didn't do enough damage. I'm not really sure how that mechanic works. Not overly concerned. Okay, we've got some wolves here. There we go. Backhanded slice. That worked out well. Anybody else? Alright. There's another bear up there on the hill, but I am not going to mess with him. At some point, we need to get to point B. Is there somebody chasing me now? Let's see what's going on. Oh. Oh, a spider. Oh, wolves. Good God, this area is busy. Very busy. We'll go to the sword. Oh, we got the spider. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, there's one down. Okay, is this a bandit coming after us? Oh, he's fighting the wolves. Oh, now us. Are we the target here or what? Okay, there's another wolf down. Or is it? Good grief. Now we've got bandits. I think there were at least 4 wolves in there and a spider. What is going on? Who's who? Oh, they're fighting over there. Can we mess somebody up from here? I don't really know. I think maybe it's bandits fighting a hunter. Maybe that first person we encountered was a hunter and not a bandit. This angle is terrible. I don't think I'm going to do this. Yeah, come on. Oh yeah, they're shooting at us now. Yeah, I'm not hitting jack. Okay, here he comes. One more. Come and get it. You're done. Alright. Alright, so I think we had wolves, we had a spider, we had a hunter who's now been killed by these bandits, and now we've got, I think, 1 bandit left, and this is a terrible angle. This ain't gonna work. Turn around. Come on, you. Ooh. Hit on the run there. Go to the sword. Come back around. We got you. Oh, no. How did I miss? Backhander? Oh, missed again. Thought maybe I was going to get the charge that time. Okay, this guy's slippery. Come on. Oh, there we go. We got the charge attack. He's getting back up now. And again. We are pummeling this poor bastard. Come on, get up. Now you're done. Ah, that was messy. But isn't that what combat is supposed to be? Messy and chaotic? Alright, well, there's a lot of loot just kind of laying around here, so let's clean up the mess. We can certainly take the wolf pelts. We can use those. Now, a spider. We've already cleaned out the spider, I believe. Yeah. Welcome, dear viewers, back to the story. Once again, it is a lovely Saturday morning here in the Great White North. It's hot, but you can smell winter in the air. It's coming. So I am drinking coffee today. I went with a coffee. Seemed a little bit early in the morning to be drinking a gin and tonic, so maybe I'll save that for later. My cold weather drink is obviously the coffee, so I hope you are well. It's been gratifying to see all of the great comments and all of the new subscribers. We are rapidly approaching 1,000 subscribers, and I have been asked if I was going to do anything special when I hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. I don't know. I guess one thing that came to mind was doing some kind of mega episode. By mega, I guess I'm thinking 2 hours or more. But whether or not I do that really depends on whether or not I have the content to cover, right? So I'm not sure. I'll think about that. If anybody has any particular suggestions for a special 1,000 subscriber episode, something you'd like to see Fleet do, something you'd like to see CouchWarrior take on, let me know in the comments, or send me a private message on YouTube, and I will consider it. Here we are back in Ivarstead. Excellent. We made it. Hey, and look who it is. It is our good friend Valfar waiting for us here in Ivarstead. Presumably he's finished his reconnaissance of the Thalmor camp, so let's find out what's up.
I, for one, would not care to dance for the amusement of those foul elves. Always good to see someone I can trust.
Valfar's journal. I watched the Thalmor checkpoint for a day and am planning to catch up with Cimmerian and Ivarstead as he heads west. As much as I would like to kill them all myself, the checkpoint is heavily fortified, and his particular skills are required. It appears the rumors are true. A large contingent of Thalmor soldiers and wizards have set up a camp at the border crossing. The fortifications are extensive and elaborate. I have counted at least 20 Thalmor, including regulars, Justicars, and wizards. The border crossing is situated inside a small valley, making it difficult to get close without being seen. My reconnaissance of the upper fortifications have been limited, however I see weaknesses in their defense. Many of the fortifications and patrol areas are not within line of sight of one another. The lower checkpoint has been built around a corner and behind a berm, which makes it difficult to view from the upper checkpoint. If we do this right, we should be able to take the lower fortifications without the men in the upper checkpoint realizing it. Cimmerian is ideally suited to this work, and I can serve in a support role if things get messy. The key to our success in this attack will be maintaining surprise. One shot, one kill. That will be the only way to keep the lower guards from raising the alarm. I am unable to determine why they are blocking this border crossing, but as I observe the checkpoint, I witness the murder of civilians and merchants. Murdered in cold blood for no other reason than a desire to get out of Skyrim. Why would they do this?
Why indeed, dear viewers? Well, it's fortuitous that we encountered Valfar waiting for us here. This is going to change our plans and divert us from our original objective, which was to go to Riverwood.
If you fancy a bit of music, let me know.
And we are going to instead travel to the southeast.
Speak.
Up there in the mountains where that border crossing is, and we're going to figure out what's going on with these Thalmor, and we're going to try to eliminate the Thalmor threat, as well as figure out why they're there. So you may have noticed that I've changed up the format a little bit of my journal entries. Just trying something new here. I've actually started down the path of creating a few of my own mods. About the simplest mod that a person could create would be a book. So I'm using this format as a way to capture the journal entries that our characters will be doing. I'm going to try doing those as actual in-game books. So that should be kind of interesting. Now, it's a little bit more time-consuming and not quite as flexible in that with the old format, of course, I was able to kind of superimpose the text right over the footage, and it was actually a very convenient way to eat up some of the travel time that we frequently encounter with our character here, just because I tend not to fast travel. So that means that you are subject to all my travel time and my chatter. So this format changes that up a little bit. So there probably will be occasions where I may cut to a journal entry and then cut back to our footage and skip a period of time in between if I want to try to abbreviate some travel time as opposed to the other format. So we're going to try it out, see how we like it. Incidentally, these journal entries, I've created these journals and they are part of my game. They are not publicly available anywhere for download, but for me they're just a storytelling tool at this point. And that's not to say that at some point in the future I may be inspired to make a mod that will be publicly available. But for now, I'm just kind of learning the craft, so to speak. Alright, so we are headed for the Skyrim Cyrodiil border, which this particular border crossing is up in the mountains southeast of our current location. So it's going to actually be southeast of Helgen. So I'm thinking the best way for us to go, the most efficient path, is going to be by way of this mountain trail. We'll go up through the pass. First, we got to get through all the threats we're going to find here on the first part of the trail. But really what this is going to do, it'll take us up through the mountain pass. And the road that we want to take is somewhere near Helgen. So it'll take us down to Helgen, and then from there we will cut to the southeast, travel up through the mountains, and eventually we will come to this border crossing. And then at that point, we will execute Valfar's plan. And we will engage the Thalmor and investigate what's going on there. So, the comments from the last episode, there was some speculation, some discussion of flashbacks. As you know, I'm using flashbacks as a storytelling device. I am using it in a very limited way. I don't want to go crazy with the flashbacks, so I've really just started using flashbacks as a way to give us some background, some history on Fleet in particular. And I've tried to keep the format and the music consistent in those flashbacks so that you, the dear viewer, always know when you're in a flashback scenario. The issue with the flashbacks, of course, is that I am not telling a story with words there. This is where I tell a story purely with pictures. So in our story here, the other parts of our story, I'm using journal entries, I'm talking with you, there's narrative, there's, things like that going on. However, when the flashbacks come, I'm interested in just portraying the flashbacks in pictures. And I think part of what keeps the audience engaged is sort of the mystery of what those flashbacks are communicating. Some things are obvious, some things not so much. So some of the comments I had from the last episode were just questions about who the players were there. And I don't want to give away too much because I like to start the discussion. I like you, the viewers, to kind of speculate on what's going on there and see what conclusions you come to. That's part of the fun. But I will tell you that the two primary figures that we see there is a young fleet, a very young fleet. You can see his appearance looks different. He's quite thin. He has longer hair. He has darker hair. And he is in a meeting, kind of a clandestine meeting with Linway. So those are the two main players. As far as the little girl goes, she's a witness. But it's up to you to speculate on what's going on in that scene. And all the clues you need to sort of figure it out are sitting there in front of you. If you want to review it again, you can do so. One of the things I have been considering is whether or not to take these individual flashbacks, produce them as standalone videos, and then dump them into my CouchWarrior Extras playlist so that you could go back and review those flashbacks all together anytime that you wanted to. If you think that would be useful or fun or helpful, let me know. The Extras playlist is something that I created just recently and put the 3 intros out there so we can kind of see the evolution of the production of this story over time. But I can certainly use that playlist to put other helpful story items. So let me know if that's something that is of interest to you. Okay, we are approaching the border. So we are going to go on foot from here. We'll leave the horses here. This is going to take us down around the bend.
Faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
I think it might be worthwhile to have Valfar put his helmet back on. We are going to be going into battle here, so protection would be good.
Watch yourself out there.
Now again, the battle plan here is Valfar's battle plan, and his battle plan is to try to take what sounds like a lower level fortification without the individuals in the upper level fortification knowing it's gone, and then we go from there. Also, one of the things we can determine from his journal entry is that the terrain here is such that he was not able to get close enough to see what is going on in the upper level fortifications. So at this point, we don't know what we're going to encounter when we get up there. Alright, we got something going on here.
You won't take us alive.
Oh, this looks like some vampire action going on here. We will let Valfar do his thing. We'll stay back here for support in case he needs us.
For the sons of Skyrim.
He is a beast. And we'll help him out a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely a vampire. You can see the drain life spell going on there.
Battle reveals who a man really is. Remember that.
Okay, let's check out this situation. I'm not sure who the vampire was fighting. It could have been some of these Vigilants of Stendar. I'm not exactly sure. They're fighting somebody. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, the border crossing is right down this road. It's going to be over the hill up ahead, so we are going to proceed up to that little berm right there, about 100 yards ahead of us. Okay, so at this point, coming up over the hill around that berm, I am in stealth mode. We're going to go with a bow here, and as long as I'm in stealth mode, Valfar will follow me in stealth mode, and what I've discovered is that for a big guy in heavy armor, he's actually quite stealthy. I don't think I need to worry about him. So let's use an Aura Whisper, kind of see where we're at here. The lower fortification is right down here to our left, and then the upper fortification is up and to the right. So we're kind of sandwiched in between them right now. Here we've got a commander level guy. I'm going to take him. Now I chose him first because he is up on a platform. He is isolated from the other Thalmor that are stationed here. Now we can see the fortifications for the upper part of our checkpoint here. There is a watchtower, and then there is a barricade. I'm going to try to take these guys out because they are close enough to the lower fortification. There we go. That if I get into some trouble, they could raise an alarm and draw others from the upper fortification down into the lower checkpoint, and I don't want that. Okay, we can see there's a guy in this tower. He is not revealing himself yet, so we're going to move back down here to the front of the checkpoint, which is concealed below this hill. And we're going to see what additional damage we can do. Let's have a look around here. Okay. That looks like a Justicar or somebody in glass armor. So I'm going to pop a True Shot potion, give myself an extra 40%. That'll just make doubly sure that I take him out with one arrow. That's what we want. One arrow. You are done. Okay, that's 2 down. And we still have our surprise. Okay, this is the checkpoint down here. Right below this rock, you can see the gate there. There are a couple of guys in glass armor who are manning that, but we have this alternate path up here. And there's a Thalmor guard on watch up here. He's secluded himself, which is a big mistake, so we are going to try to take him out from up here. There he is right there. Okay, he's done. No one's alerted. We just may run the table here. If I'm able to run the table, Valfar won't even have to draw his battle axe. Okay, now there's that upper fortification. Remember, there's a guard in there I still want to take out, but he seems to be situated in a place where I can't get at him. Oh, there he is. I can see his head popping up from the wall now. Alright. We got 2 Thalmor lounging around down here by the front gate. They are in that glass armor again. I'm going to need a little bit of extra oomph to make sure I take them out with one arrow, and this isn't a good position to take them both in rapid succession. So I am going to reposition myself. What I want to do is I want to set up a scenario here where I am firing at them from a position that's not perpendicular to where they are. I want to be firing straight at them as they would come toward me or as they would walk away. That's where I have the highest likelihood of a successful shot. And this one's going to be tricky because I need to take them both out very, very quickly, and they're both heavily armored. So I think this is another instance where we're going to want to use a potion to boost our damage. And I've been making and acquiring potions, True Shot and Marksman potions, for quite a while here and not used them, so I have a pretty good inventory of these. Let's have a look. Let's just search for Mark. These are the ones I've created. This one's going to give me 36%. I believe the one below it is up to 44%. We'll do a 36 here. And I'm going to wait until at least one turns his back. Right now they're kind of facing each other. I'm waiting for this opportunity. Okay, there's one turning his back. He's going to walk away. We're going to take the one remaining. He's down. Second shot. Down. Okay. The 2 primary guards from that checkpoint have been dealt with. At this point, we're really using the terrain to our advantage, and the fact that they've created a checkpoint that is outside the sight line of the upper fortifications is working to our advantage. Let's work our way around. We've got a patrol here. Looks like 3 individuals, but we need to wait until we can identify who they are. If there is a wizard with them, the wizard will be our first target. So we're just going to have to wait patiently until we can sort of figure out where their patrol goes, what their route is here. Now you can see their route is going to be within view of the barricade, so I think it was probably a good move to take out the guard along the barricade early on. So I'm going to situate myself here for a minute, and we'll just wait and see if they come up here. Okay, here they come. We just need to get a look to start with. I want to see if this is a wizard. I think it is. Looks like robes. Alright. Let's go to our marksman potion. Do another 36%. Okay, there he is right there. Wizard first. Okay, he is done. We've got 2 soldiers. I'm going to fall back and let Valfar go in.
I knew I heard something.
And we will come back here and we will provide some supporting fire. He's knocked him down with a shout. So we'll watch him do his thing, and if he needs our help, we'll give it. Okay, he's taken out 1. There's 1 left. Oh, it's a spellcaster. We're going to help him out with a spellcaster.
We had the advantage.
Alright. The lower fortifications are officially in our hands. So now we're going to go around and kind of loot. We're going to figure out what's going on here if we can, and then we're going to come up with a strategy for the upper fortification. Hoping for some arrows. Elven arrows. That would be great. Well, this is a dead civilian here. Let's check this out. Look at that. Letter from Maven. That'll get our attention. That will get our attention for sure. Arencius, the delivery to Cyrodiil of Blackbriar Mead is more than important for our business in Skyrim. I know the Thalmor are looking for a renegade in this area and have closed the frontier. Anyway, they shall let pass a merchant, especially if they know you are working for the Blackbriar family. Well, I think that she was probably wrong on that assumption, judging by the condition of this merchant. So, interesting that she would send somebody here like this. I feel that I've been already more than generous with the amount I have given to you, but if you manage to cross the frontier, perhaps I will reconsider a bit my judgment on you like your payment. Maven Blackbriar. Okay. That doesn't really give us any clue as to why he was killed, but it's an interesting insight into Maven and her business. Elven arrow, that was mine, though. We'll take glass arrows, too. That's alright. There's some elven arrows. These guys actually have some pretty good loot on them. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, this is a quest mod. Ooh, lots of good stuff there. Ooh, letter from Elenwen. Or letter to Elenwen? What was it? Letter to Elenwen. To our revered Master Elenwen, it seems our expedition to the frontier of Cyrodiil has met with some more difficulties than planned. Still, no clue about any presence of the traitor Nelicar, but we have found an abandoned tower called the Hollow Tooth, close to the frontier of Cyrodiil and hidden behind a deep wood. Some of the men are talking about the lights they've seen by night close to the tower. I sent a patrol to check this out, but it seems the wood leading to this damn tower is infested with trolls and spirits. As I write this letter, we still have no news of the patrol. We have already lost many men, so if you would provide us with a few more men and supplies, I promise you We will find the traitor Nelacar if he's hiding here, even if we have to put this tower down for the glory of the Thalmor, your devoted commander. All right. So it seems that they're chasing a traitor. And I don't know, maybe they've closed down the border because they believe he is hiding in the tower, which is in close proximity to the border crossing. I don't know. It doesn't really tell us too much, except that they're pursuing some kind of traitor. Alright, who did we miss? I think these guys over here. Now this worked out well. We took these guys out just below the hill. I think it's quite possible that even if we hadn't taken out that guard at the barricade, he still may not have seen us here, so we're using the terrain to our advantage. And the terrain is being kind to us. Yeah, look at that. The spot where the wizard was standing when I shot him would have been out of the line of sight of the barricade. Alright. Now, we need to figure out how to deal with this upper fortification. We've got this tower over there to the left. I'm really interested in trying to eliminate the threat there.
Lost.
Okay. The guard that's there has moved out of that concealed spot in the corner. I still don't have a great shot, but we're going to wait a little bit here and see if they change position. So this mod is called, I believe it's called the Thalmor, the Cyrodiil Frontier. It's made by an individual named Mad Frenchie,
Lost.
who has made a series of mods that are based on the Thalmor and some orc encampments. And I've heard nothing but good things about them. If you're interested in more information on this mod or any of Mad Frenchie's other mods, they can be found on both Nexus and Steam.
Lost.
The interesting thing about this is brand new content for me as well as you, so this is in essence a blind playthrough for me, which is interesting. Yeah, see, there must be a stool or something that this guard sits down in that corner. I need him to come up into the tower. I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to get past that tower as long as he's in it. Especially with Valfar following me, so...
I see is dead.
Alright.
Go with the 9.
Oh, here we go. He's peeking his head out. Big mistake. Alright. I'm gonna wait for a second. I don't hear any alarms. Any shouting. Okay, from here on out, we do not have a specific battle plan. We just need to try to spot the enemies as best we can and deal with them on the spot. So, let's squeeze through here. Oh, look, there's a lot of them. Now, the one thing I don't want to do here is take any risky shots. And by risky shots, I mean shots that are, you know, shots on the move or perpendicular shots. We need to take our time and make sure that every shot we take is a sure one. So we are going to be extremely careful here. Boy, here's some trolls in there somewhere. Alright, here we got somebody on patrol. One shot, one kill. Okay. Oh, she's going to sit down. We're going to shoot right through the rail here. Okay, no alerts. This is good. It's one down. Now, before I can move any further in, I need to secure this bridge. Here's another individual sitting on one end of the bridge. Alright, that's 2. It's essential that we take that bridge, because getting any further up into this fortification is going to require that we either go over the bridge or under it, which is going to be damn near impossible without being seen. Here we go. Wow. We've had some good luck here thus far. Look at that trap. Ooh. I'm going to avoid that. Now I need to figure out... Look at that. There's a lot of them here. Now I could probably jump up over this rail, but I'm not entirely sure that Valfar is going to be able to follow me there. I was kind of counting on him for some support. Let's have a look around. The bridge is secured. I'm just debating whether or not I should go under it or over it. Let's have a look this way. See, there's more of these rock traps. Make me nervous. Alright. There's one up there. Okay. Now that trap opened, but I don't know why. I don't know if somebody activated it because they saw us. We still appear to be hidden, so maybe I won't worry about that. Alright. Well, I don't know if he's going to be able to follow me if I go up this way. But we're going to try anyway. See how far we get. Take our arrow back. I don't know why I find so much satisfaction in getting my arrows back. Okay, that's a wizard. Everybody here, all of these enemies have to be one-shot deal. Here we go. Alright. Who's detecting us? Let's get out of sight. Alright, let's sit tight here for a second. Seeing another heat signature, but that's not a great shot. Looks like he actually went into a tent. This is good. If he's laying down in a tent, that means he's not a threat in terms of spotting us. So maybe I will venture up the middle here. So basically all I'm really doing here is I'm just cautiously working around the edges of their fortifications. Trying to take out those on the extreme edges and work my way to the center. Pretty basic strategy really, and one that is pretty effective when you don't know what you're up against in advance. Okay, let's get just high enough over the hill here to take this guy out. Okay, done. Now let's quickly proceed up here and secure this end of the bridge. Okay, we know there's a guy in here. Quietly with the dagger. Now we're in a great position. We got this side of the bridge, and we can kind of scope out from here what's going on the other side. There's a Thalmor wizard who just went into that tent. Okay. See a couple heat signatures over there. Nothing on our side. Some seriously good loot on these guys. Let's try another marksman potion. This one I think is... yeah, this is 44%. We'll use that one. Oh, crap. I can't see him anymore. I may end up wasting this potion if I don't hurry. In fact, I think it's probably a given now.
Lost!
Look at that. I don't really have a decent shot on anybody here. I don't know who that is standing there. Alright. We're just going to have to call that potion a casualty. Let's go in here and look around quick. Defender. Pocket. Ooh, giant stove. You like that. Coins. These are just... oh, orders from Ellen. So they've been asked to find the traitor. Okay, let's take these coins. It is very quiet here. Kind of creepy, actually. So last time I checked my inventory, interesting to note, I had well over 400 lockpicks. Almost 450 lockpicks in my inventory. And we opened quite a few locks. I've never had a character accumulate that many lockpicks. Okay, look at this. He's kind of presenting himself to us here. I'm going to try to put an arrow right in the base of the skull. Oh, crap. That wasn't enough. Alright, Valfar is going to go clean up the mess. That's his job, right? We're going to fall off here a little bit. Give ourselves some distance. See what we can do to support his efforts. Yeah, that wizard's coming after him. Ooh, he's quick. Oh, Valfar's got him. Got him on the ropes. Alright, between the two of us, we took that guy out pretty quickly, but he's, I think, the first one we've actually had a confrontation with. There were the two guards down below, but they didn't really have a chance. This guy was actually putting up a fight. I'm kind of surprised that my first arrow didn't just take him out right away. Alright, here's some more loot that we hadn't gotten to before. I don't think we looted this guy either. Well, he doesn't have diddly. He's got a satchel in there, but I can't really get to it. So we will not worry about it. This one we can look at, though. Oh, good necklace. 580 septums is the value on that necklace. That's definitely a worthwhile value to weight ratio. Alright. Let's see what's going on up here. There's someone else up here. And it seems like there's someone sitting right there. I feel like I need to move a little closer. Now, previously, when we fought the wizard, he had stepped off, but now he's back. Should we go through the railings here? I don't know who this guy is, so we are going to do a marksman potion again. This is our last one at 36%. I believe I have some more true shot potions, however, in my inventory for later. Alright. Set. Alright, we'll put a little glow on them. Okay, we're going to shoot right through the railing again here. Oh, you look like an executioner or something. Here's another one. Back turned. Yeah, Thalmor Executioner. Right between the eyes. Some valuable stuff there. A torture room with all the bloody torture implements. So earlier on, we were having a conversation regarding flashbacks, my usage of flashbacks. I never really got an opportunity to sort of put the bow on that discussion. Really, all I was trying to say is that flashbacks are a storytelling vehicle that I do intend to continue using. However, that is where I am telling the story just with images. I am not going to be spoon-feeding you anything in the way of narrative when it comes to those. So that is the part of the story where I'm inviting speculation and where I will actually reveal the truth of those flashbacks over time as things start to come together. And the story of those flashbacks will be told in subsequent flashbacks and also in the narrative of our main story here. So I think one of the questions was, will they ever make sense? Of course they will, but it'll take time for the story to coalesce, and that's kind of how it works. So we give you some hints, some clues as to his past, and we fill in those details gradually over time through flashbacks and narrative, and that's how it works. All right. Troll time. This is where Valfar is going to excel. He's almost as big as the troll. Good man. Here we got some more. Hung up behind these trees. Let's soften him up. Here he comes. Falling back. Come on, Valfar. Pay attention. Pay attention. Ooh, 2. Let's help him out a little bit.
Thanks for that part. What was that?
Oh, man. Look at those big swings. Oh, that guy is done. Let's finish him. Oh, Valfar got him.
Man really is. Remember that.
That is 3 frost trolls. Pretty quickly. We'll take some troll fat. That is one of the things that I believe her name was Atub asked for at the orc encampment. Now, the other thing she wanted, of course, was a Daedra heart. I do not know when I will acquire one of those, but when I do, I'll reserve it for her. And we'll see if we can sort out what's going on with them and Malakath. Of course, Malakath is a Daedric prince, as we mentioned earlier. And so we're going to want to pursue that quest line a little bit to find out what's going on there, if there's an opportunity to mess with Malakath a bit, then we will do that. I had also mentioned that Malakath's lineage was quite a bit different than most of the Daedric princes, in that Malakath was actually transformed into a Daedric prince rather than being one from the start. Initially, Malakath was a mighty warrior named Trinimac, who was tricked, I believe, by Boethia and transformed into a Daedra. And because of his unusual lineage, the fact that he is not a Daedric prince in the traditional sense, good night, troll, he is often considered to be an outcast amongst the Daedric princes, and thus has become the patron of the Orsimer, or the orcs, who as a culture and a race, are also considered to be outcasts among men and Mer. So, Malakath has an interesting story. What is this? Ooh, look at that. It's a Spriggan. Ooh. Earth Mother. This is not good. Oh my god. Here she comes. She's pissed. We need to get her off us in a bad way. To keep pumping these into her. Okay, she's running. She's running. This may be the breather we need to recover. Spriggan matrons do a crap ton of damage. So, let's take this opportunity to heal up a little bit. We'll go invisible, try to recover some stealth here as well. Okay, she's retreated. I think we should retreat as well. I'm not sure that this is a fight that's worth picking. Valfar is not following us. I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to concern myself with it too much. Can I shoot through you? Oh, yeah. Oh, she must have moved. Well, a couple more shots on her ought to keep her in that defensive posture, which works in our favor because it keeps her off us, I'm pleased with that. So let's get out of here before she gets pissed at us again. So this must be the tower that they were calling the Hollow Tooth. Not sure why Valfar is not following us, but I think we're okay without him. He may be stuck in the geometry down there, but I don't think there's anything left down there that he can't handle. So we will continue. Now there's the question of this traitor Nelacar that they're pursuing. They believe he's holed up in this tower. So now that the Thalmor have all been eliminated, it would seem that Nelacar is our problem if we want to get to the bottom of this. Fleet's objective here was really to open up the border. We've essentially done that by eliminating the Thalmor, but I think in order for us to truly confirm that this is open, we need to understand who this Nelacar is and determine if he's a threat that needs to be eliminated as well. We don't want to open the border only to hand the border crossing to another actor who's just as bad. So, alright, this snowbank seems like it rises high enough alongside the tower that we might be able to get a look at that walkway before we get up on it. Such a regular stable here. Yeah. Nothing special here. Alright, so we're going to climb up these drifts. This should give us a good sight line onto the walkway or the platform that is extending around this tower. Yeah, look at that. Okay, it's clear. I was going to see if I could draw anybody out. Doesn't look like it. Great view from up here. Now I can also see by looking from this vantage point that on top of that platform there was a rune of some kind, so that is a trap that we're going to need to be aware of. That's going to be potentially a big problem for us here. So, as you know, Fleet is very specialized when it comes to magic. We are specialized almost exclusively in illusion. We have a couple restoration spells, in fact I think only one, and then a few conjuration spells. but we don't have any wards or anything that'll protect us from a high-level rune spell, so we're going to have to come up with a different means to deal with it. Alright. Be cautious here. A lot of supplies. It's actually pretty cozy in here. Right, here is the bottom part of that walkway. What's this? Requires a key. Oh, trap already sprung. Everything's empty. Ah, come on. Come on! Pick that lock! Pick that lock! There it is. There's that rune spell. Looks like a fire rune. I'm just going to try to hit it with something offensive and see if I can set it off from a distance. What do I got? I don't think fire on fire is going to work, so I'll use the only thing I have, which is sparks. Let's hit it with sparks and see what happens. There we go. That did the trick. Woke the dead, but did the trick. So if there's anybody up here, they're going to know we're coming now. Not good. Alright. Before I open this, see if I see anybody. Oh yeah, there's someone upstairs. Now this could be that Nelacar fellow they're looking for. I'm not sure if he would be hostile toward us or not. I think we have to assume he would be.
What was that there?
Let's put an arrow in here and try to draw on the stairway. Oh, hey, look. Valfar is coming in. Oh, there he goes. Hey, look at this. We can maybe hit this guy right through the floorboards. Let's try to provide some support through the floorboards here. There. Come on now. There, we got him. Right through the floorboards. Nice. Good job. Thank you, Valfar, for all the support. Kind comments. Wow, this is a mess. Alright. I think we'll just wait for our flames to die down here. Scoot through here. Wow, everything's empty. Who is this? Yeah, Nelacar, the traitor. Look at this stuff. Some gems. Some gold. That key we need. Ah, and scrolls. Conjure Storm Atronach. Those are great. Alright. There's a lot of great stuff here, much of which I am not taking just because it's heavy and so forth. I'll take what I can. We'll dump some onto the horse. And then get it back to the eagle's nest and distribute some of it. That wall of flame staff, I feel like I need to take that. Lydia is actually really good with a staff. If you give her a staff, she'll even dual wield staves. So maybe she could use something like that. Okay. What else do we have here? Not a whole lot. Salt. Anything up here? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, I think we need to take this key we found and go figure out where that goes. Pretty sure it was for this trapdoor that we saw down on the lower level of this tower, so we'll check that out next. There we go, into the Hollow Tooth. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for following along in this monstrosity of an episode. As I said, we are clocking in at about roughly an hour and 40 minutes. This must be Nelikar's hideout. Very comfortable looking hideout. Oh, hey, what's going on here? Some kind of a ghost or spirit? Come on out of there. There was something there when we opened the door. Oh. Is he a threat? Maybe not.
Yes?
Well, look at that. He's a friendly ghost. Old Marillion.
Oh, hello.
He sells and buys things. That's good. Well, I don't get the sense that we're going to encounter threats down here, so let's have a look around. So I think... Oh, another ghost. Wow, this is like a little tavern.
It's so good to see you again. All right,
Make
then.
her a follower, even. I think we've effectively taken over Nelikar's secret hideout, where he was hiding from the Thalmor. Somehow they managed to find him, and they closed off the border, presumably so they could box him in and lay siege to his tower. Now, having destroyed the Thalmor in the area and killed Nelikar, we seem to have acquired this home. I will not be moving in here, that's for certain. I can tell you that now. But it could serve as a nice safe house
Always good to see someone I can
for
trust.
us or associates of Fleet at some future time. This is all storage. Let's see. Some gold here. A decent amount of gold. Clicking the button as fast as I can, people. Nothing in there. Is this a diamond? Flawless diamond. Very nice. We'll take that. How about here? A little bit of change in the urns. That's good. All right, let's look around a little bit more. I think I want to try to figure out what the amenities here are here, what kind of setup this is. That way, if we do feel the need to use it in the future, we know what is available to us here. So, again, this mod is made by Mad Frenchie. It's called, I believe, Thalmor in the Cyrodiil Frontier, or the Frontier of Cyrodiil, something like that. Easy to find. Just Google it. Again, available on Steam and Nexus. There are, I believe, a couple of YouTube videos out there regarding this, and this is a player home that is associated with that mod. Again, I will not be using this as a player home. In fact, one thing I will say is that this mod is quite good in terms of content. I mean, it's not a super long adventure or anything like that, or a quest necessarily. It's kind of a little bit of a mystery and mainly kind of a fighting quest where you get to take on the Thalmor.
Damn faithless Imperials.
However, it is it's demanding. It's going to be demanding of your system. It's kind of a hog. I had a little bit of trouble with it at first until I kind of figured out how it all worked. And the idea here is that having completed the quest, you're rewarded with an optional player home. I, however, will not be using this player home. In fact, I will probably disable or uninstall the mod once I'm done here. But I would like to say a big thank you to Mad Frenchie for excellent content and content that fits well with Fleet's storyline. Okay, traps off, right? No traps? We do not like swinging blades. Unlock Skyrim. That's a back door. Okay. We're not going to go out there because we're still kind of exploring, but we'll look around a little bit more. I don't want to waste too much time wandering around here, but I do want to give you a good opportunity to kind of see what this mod has to offer if you're interested in playing around with it yourself. It's actually quite nice. I really like it. I think that if the mod hadn't given me some trouble initially and wasn't such a memory hog, I might consider using it, because I do like it. It's really beautifully put together, kind of elegant looking, cozy, all at the same time. This room in particular is really kind of magical. Very well done. Books and maps. Oh, we get a map update. That's good. I'm going to keep that one. I don't have a copy of that book. Old Marillion's Journal. Some potions. There's a whole bunch of potions here on these shelves, but I don't think I'm going to take all these. I'm just going to leave them. I have more potions than I care to haul as it is. Lots of great detail here. Wonderful detail. All right, let's head out. We have places to go. There's still a lot more here to explore, but we've got to get back to the Eagle's Nest. And we are going to go by way of Riverwood. And that is where we will close this adventure. We're going to travel on here to Riverwood, to the Sleeping Giant, and we are going to figure out what is going on with the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. We are rapidly approaching level 40, ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing. It's amazing to me, anyway, to think that we started this adventure at level 10. Fleet is now nearly level 40. And there is still a ton of content that we haven't completed. I mean, we have not even completed any of the major quest lines at this point. Here she is again. Come on. Stand still. Stand still. Oh, man. I'm wondering what it's going to take for Valfar to go after her. Come on now. It's like she's not taking any damage at all. Oh, she's healing. Damn it. Go down. There we go. Wow. Well, that was a lot of work. The least we can do is get a taproot out of this thing. So we'll make sure the coast is clear and go check this out. Get some arrows back too. Look at that, 7 arrows. Good grief. All right. I think we're good to go. So we will hustle out of here a lot faster than we came in. Now, this is interesting because this should send a very strong and very clear message to the Thalmor that they are not safe, they are not immune, and we are going to be a thorn in their side for a long time to come. Kind of amazing to think that we could have come into an encampment of Thalmor like this and basically run through untouched in a two-man team, taking out all of them. So that gives us a sense of the stage that Fleet is at now and that his followers are at. Very dangerous people. But I think if we didn't have their attention before, we will definitely have it now. So it'll be interesting to see how the Thalmor react to this situation. Alright, let's go get Shadowmere and get out of here. He's going to be just up over this hill. If you remember, there was this this little berm I left him hidden behind as we came up over the hill. Come here, you. Very good. Valfar is here. So, one of the questions that I got in the comments for the last episode, Chapter 11, Part 2, was the question of Fleet's ego signature, the throwing dagger, or the throwing knife. Does he use it anymore? When does he use it? Why didn't he use it in the assassinations we did in the last episode? Here's my rationale on this. Fleet is an ever-changing individual, and one of the things that he has done now is he's coming into his maturity as an assassin. And I think that as a younger assassin, as a less experienced assassin, the type of bravado that comes from leaving an ego signature would be sort of right up his alley as he is attempting to make a name for himself within the Dark Brotherhood. He's at a stage now where he doesn't need to make a name for himself. He is the listener. He is basically the de facto leader right now. He's in a bit of a competition with Astrid for leadership of the Dark Brotherhood. But there is no doubt that ultimately he is the ranking member of the Dark Brotherhood. Now, he also has a lot of confidence that comes from his association with Sithis and the fact that he has accomplished much. He has been the one in recent history who has taken care of some of the most difficult assassinations that the Dark Brotherhood has been faced with performing. And he no longer feels the need to make a name for himself, to prove himself in any way. So the ego signature is something that he will have left behind. It's no longer necessary. And to be honest, the ego signature in his early days was kind of a way of putting his stamp on an assassination to say, I did this. But the message of that dagger has transformed into a warning. And you'll notice the occasions where he uses that dagger now are not to mark the fact that he's done something, but to place a warning for someone else, to basically say, watch your step or you could end up like this. Thus, the use of the dagger with regard to Jarl Balgriff when he killed the Penitus Oculatus agent on the steps of Dragonreach. So I hope that provides an explanation that makes sense to you. Ever-evolving character. And that brings us to the end of another adventure. I want to thank you for taking the journey with me. And until next time, may all that you do be swift, quiet, and deadly. And to all Skyrim assassins, I salute you. Silence is our battle cry.